thanks for coming back with us here on Lowcountry Money Talk. If you're just tuning in, this is Bloyd joining us with Revolutionary Financial Group. Nice to see you back.
I made it back for the next segment.
It's good because I already asked you a question and we need answers, Phil.
I tried to get out of it.
You did, yeah. We went to break. It's okay. I teed you up with a big one and we're going to spend some time unpacking it now after the break. But we're talking today about Roth conversions and really doing it the right way. So a lot of scenarios really to run through, but let's talk a little bit about conversion tax and how do we determine, really does it matter where the money is coming from to pay that?
All right, Jessa. So we talk about buckets of money in investing. So, maybe I have a bucket that I'm paying capital gains on. Maybe I have a bucket that I keep in the bank and I've already paid taxes on, or maybe I have deferred money itself. So there's a few different choices you may have. The best choice, in my opinion, would be if we have money that we've already paid taxes on that is sitting in our bank and it's getting eaten up because of inflation. Maybe we could use these funds to pay the taxes. The IRS really doesn't care where the money comes from.
They just want their money.
They just want their money. So that would probably be the best scenario.
Okay.
Some people say, well, I'm just going to have the taxes withdrawn from the item itself. So if I wanted to do a $100,000 conversion, let's say, and 25% was taxes going out, then I would only end up with the $75,000.
Right.
Generally, I don't like that option as much. The other option is, the rules for the Roth. If I'm over 59 and a half, I can actually take out the amount that I converted, anytime I want, because I already paid taxes on that.
Right.
So I may do the conversion, and when it's the last part of the year, I might take those funds to pay the taxes out of the Roth itself. That probably would make sense more, after I have done it for several years and I have growth in the items that I converted over. I prefer to do the stock, though, because we do not have to sell the stock to convert to the Roth. We get the day before's pricing. So if I have a stock that has been beaten half to death, which isn't hard these days if you keep up with the market. So let's say I have one that's really down low and it's been battered, and I say, okay, well, hey, today it's up 5 or 6% or whatever it may be. Well, check with your custodian. It's important because it's time sensitive. But the way that we do it at the custodian I use is if I can get that conversion in before 2:30, I get the day before stock pricing.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
So that stock would already be on the uptick before I convert it, and I'll pay taxes on the day before its number. I think that makes a lot more sense.
Okay. Well, and there's a lot of options to work through, so you got to figure out what makes the most sense for the individual.
Check around.
Nice to know that there are options. Now, speaking of options, is there ever an occasion where it simply just doesn't make sense for somebody to even make that conversion?
Sure. You'd have people that have low taxable income. They have low distributions from their IRA. The required distributions are low, or they're giving a lot to charity, and it may not make sense. But then I also like to say, well, at the demise of, let's say, a couple, the husband and the wife, and then where's the IRA going to go? And let's say they have children. Well, we need to look into that, because still it may make sense to go ahead and have those taxes paid and have that converted over to a Roth IRA before it goes to the children, because then they'll get it tax-free. So if they receive a traditional IRA, they have 10 years to get all the funds out.
Okay.
So, they're going to be, if they're working, they're going to be taking distributions over those 10 years more than likely. They don't have to, but it has to all be out within 10 years. And it could put them in a much higher tax bracket than Uncle Sam ends up getting even more.
Right.
So there's a lot of things to consider.
There are a lot of things to consider, and that's why it's helpful to really, get a professional who can walk you through some of these things. And for our viewers who are watching who want a little bit more information about that, want to know a little bit more about some of the topics we're talking about, you have some ways to do that.
Sure, just get a hold of us on our website, reach out to us. Usually the conversions make sense if we have over $500,000 in IRAs or 401ks or something of that nature.
Absolutely. Well, good to know. Hey, we've got more Lowcountry Money Talk
All
after
right.
the break. You're
Good.
going to stick around because I
Sure.
have more questions.
I'll be here.
We hope you stick around too. We'll be right back.
All right.